yeah.
Remember anything you did for your old comedy routine?
No. No, I think the only thing I did this comedy thing where I saw, I believe Sid Caesar, the great Sid Caesar, show, unbelievable. And he does this thing about, he's a phony, this guy. He's not for real. He's really he's a grifter. He's out there. He's trying to. So he does this thing about a snake, and what he talks about that he can take this python snake, this huge snake, that it comes out of the cage, and it'll go onto his body, and by certain vibrations in him, his own focus, the snake will go back into the cage. So I did that joke all the time. And what happens finally is the snake won't go back and finally gets and strangles him. Well, that's not funny. You have to see it. As I was in the middle of this little thing, I'm saying, I thought, well, that's not like happy ending. But it was funny because the lights would go out, and I said, get this off me, because it's such a poster. And the snake was not supposed to get out. And the guy who was my partner in comedy is getting really pissed off at the character I played, because this is his first debut as a game show host, and he's falling apart because everything he's doing with me is a mistake. And I get this big dialogue. Was very fun. We used to do cafes. We did Pacino, and I played all the cafes in the village in the old days. You know. I used to do 16 shows a week. Yeah, then can't pass the hat around. They drop somebody in sometimes.
That's amazing.
I guess they're done with me now. Anything that I could give you the alphabet if you wish.
Let's go here. We got time for a few more.
We're back there. No, not me. Yeah.
In a gang war between Big Boy's family and the Corleone family.
I'm sure there was, before I got the film. No, I have no idea. I gotta look that up.
That's a fun question.
So Beatty as a director was known as perfectionist. He did
Yeah.
multiple takes.
Yeah, he would do, but somehow he didn't do that as much here, because there's such freedom and so different. Whatever his reputation was, he didn't do it. Maybe he didn't feel he had to. I don't know. If I wanted one again, he'd just say, go ahead. I said, yeah, I'll give you a free one.
So I always associate you with more serious, sophisticated characters.
Yeah.
What's harder to play, like more characters like this or serious roles?
What's harder to play, characters like this or more serious?
Well, one picture it's serious ones, and the next picture you say, no, I like the comedy ones. So you go back and forth. At least I do, because I was brought up in both lanes, and but it's got to be tough when you're up there as a comic and you don't get the laugh you needed or the support you needed. So I guess that must be tough, really. I think. That is really some sort of bogus answer. But it's a good question. Well, you could tell I was enjoying it. I had a good time. It was rare for me.
We'll go right there. Yeah.
Something else happening I don't know about. Someone's going to come out with a birthday cake.
Sure. Yeah, Nora's saying he has a question.
Thank you for coming today. It means a lot to me. And
movies right now?
Well, yeah, I would. I used to have the kind of body that could go and do all sorts of things. I used to show off a lot with it, you know, the girls. But I would do it in comedy. I like physical comedy, but I also like stuff that's unusual, great, witty things to say. I like the one thing, the only thing I liked about myself, really, to be honest with you, in this film, is when I said to the girl, tied up, can't you see I love you? Here it gets me. How audacious. How strange. He's saying that for the first time in his life. But not the right circumstances. Absolutely off the chart.
Was that line ad-libbed, or is that?
Any more? Don't see any questions here.
All right, I think we have.
Just wanted to ask you, you worked with so many great directors and
Yeah.
fellow actors. Are there any anecdotes from any particular part of your memory that just really stands out to you?
For directors?
Anybody?
Any anecdote from any director that stands out for you?
Well, yeah, the one story, I'm sure a lot of people here know it, but the one story was in Dog Day Afternoon, which is, as I was going out to talk to the people on the street, the guy, the AD, name was Bert Harris, a great AD, great, he worked with Sidney Lumet all the time, all his films, and as I was going outside, I had my little white handkerchief, and he just grabbed me and he said, Al, he said, come here. He said, when you go out, say Attica. I said, what? He said, say Attica. Attica. Because at the time, there was a big parade in the prisons in Attica, and it was terrible, and they killed people. It was in the news. It was hot. So I just went out there, when I found a moment there, I just said, when I was dealing with the cops, who was trying, and I said, yeah, you want to kill me, right? Hey, remember Attica? Attica! And then the crowd, like hundreds of extras there, just started screaming. Yeah, that's true. Right? Next thing you know, we were gone. And I think that's one of the great things of filmmaking. You know, if you have that kind of space in front of you, which is really wonderful. And with Sidney Lumet, who just, I mean, this is one of the greatest directors I ever worked with. So, but he just allowed that, and I went out and said it, and it's AD, and it became history. You could do things in film, you know. You can do them on stage too. I mean, yeah, of course. Somebody told me recently, doing Shakespeare, because I've done Shakespeare. I do Shakespeare a lot, and I do it. And I love Shakespeare, so I do it. You know,
Merchant of Venice. His Merchant of Venice is amazing.
And George C. Scott.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember George C.
Of
course. But it was the Central Park with the great Joe Papp's open theater, free theater of Shakespeare's, which goes on today. And I even did something in there. I did what he did. He was doing The Merchant of Venice, Shakespeare's play. I did it on Broadway, and there was a movie of it about 20 years ago. Yeah. So he's on the stage, George C. Scott. He's going around and he's playing the role, and then he just all of a sudden he just started flipping up his costume, the clothes he was wearing, the capes he was wearing. He just started going at the audience. And it was, I thought that was amazing. So I knew somebody in the show. So I went up to him. I said, "Hey man, come here. What was he doing with those robes? My God, why did he do that?" And the guy said, "Well, you know, he said that Wakes them the fuck up. That's why the sad girl was breaking her heart. Great stuff.
Well, Al, we're out of time, but it is just always such a